actually flip over.
Yes, it is. I've had landings that were pretty windy, and I hit on one side, and there was some funny wind, and it took the balloon and swirled it around, and I landed on the other side of the basket.
Have you ever been injured in a landing?
Never. And I've had some pretty hard landings. You know, one of the things is we call flight service like a fixed-wing pilot, and we get a weather briefing, and we have to go basically by what they tell us. And so one afternoon I was flying, and it was supposed to be 4-knot wind, which is very light, and Bill McClellan, who's with us this morning, was flying with me. And we were flying, and I started coming down toward the ground, and it was really fast, and I found this big field with really tall grass, and we landed in about 20-25 knots of wind, and we drug about 150 meters. So we were really...
As you can see, we're starting to come to the end of our shoot. Our cameraman's about to be taken out by the balloon. Well, I'm finally doing a little bit of work here on my own shoot. We're in the process of holding the balloon down as the air is let out so it doesn't pop back in the air with Susan in it. And once again, I'm causing problems by just running at the mouth.
Okay, they're going to drop the basket down on the ground with me in it.
What's this experience like?
Well,
You've done it, what, 800 times?
1,200 times actually. And you just kind of let the balloon go down, the basket go down, and you walk right out of it. It's pretty easy. But whenever it happens and new people are around there, they always think, you're going to put her down on the ground?
Are there a lot of female hot air balloonists?
No.
Would you say you're, what, 5% of the community?
Between 5 and 10%. And there's probably about 5% of us that compete. And it's very rare to have a husband and wife team that are competing, and we're actually competing against each other. It's a sport where men and women compete equally.
Reason for the champagne is ballooning started in France. The first hot air balloon with passengers flew out of Paris with 2 men aboard, about 20 miles, went about 20 miles. This was in 1783. Our ambassador to France was there to witness it, Benjamin Franklin. He wrote home to President Washington about this first time that man had successfully flown in anything. But the French pilots would land in the farmers' fields, and the farmers would think it was something from hell. So they would attack the balloon with pitchforks. The Frenchmen soon learned that if they stepped out of the basket with a bottle of champagne, the farmers would be happy. To this day, we celebrate a successful balloon flight with a bottle of champagne.
I believe there's a prayer that goes along.
We say an Irish balloonist prayer.
Okay.
And as soon as I get this bottle open. Sue got it. Then we pass this around to all the people involved, passengers, pilots, and crew. Then we have everyone, the people who are the passengers, line up here facing the rising sun and kneeling down.
Okay, so that would be me. I'm facing the sun. I kneel down.
Okay, who else was in the balloon?
Make sure the mic is right by you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to head.
Well, we'll just be a little careful with you. Okay, but we do have to say the prayer. It's important.
Okay.
You kneel down facing this rising sun, and everyone take your hats off, please. Bow your heads.
Okay.
The winds have welcomed you with softness. The sun has held you in his warm hand. You have flown so high and so well that God has joined you in your laughter, and he has set you gently down again into the loving arms of Mother Earth. Amen. He's got to go to a meeting.
Oh, he needs a little bit.
Yes.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Okay.